again. Trying to keep it tight. There's a single.
Leg had to cover a lot of
this field. And once again, we see another sweep shot being employed, and this time the ball could probably trickle down to the boundary line. No, he just makes it in time. Right in front of us in the commentary box. We're getting a great view of the field as well as the angles that the batter is trying to make use of.
Camera work from the production department, always making sure to keep us handsome and taking away the starlight. But the stars are playing on the ground. Where are we heading? Is where Nepal is against the high performance squad of Canada.
It's a beautiful line once again by Sukhjinder.
Great initiative from Cricket Canada for making sure that they have the pathways and transforming the coming talent where the veterans go away.
Good fielding once again. Could not prevent the single, but put some doubt in the batter's mind.
What do you think, especially cricket being talk of the town, a hot topic in the sports network in Canada, especially in North America? How is this program going to help Canada and Canadian cricket?
I think you're bang on there, Abdul. Off late, in the last few years, we have seen World Cup as well in the US and the West Indies was, as we see the end of the over, Nepal 84 for 2. Continue match. That the sport has, and Canada being an immigrant-friendly nation has seen a lot of people coming in from other parts of the world who already know the sport or who have followed the sport elsewhere too, and they're bringing in a lot of talent and a lot of potential to grow the sport as well.
Similar to baseball, where most of them try to learn, especially with GT20 having been played, players coming from the where cricket at times, test cricket and ODI might be a little longer format of the game, and you say that cricket might be fading out, but especially in North America, there's a lot of cricket played, and cricket is not a new sport that's introduced.
So interesting change out here by Canada, Abdul. I thought that as we spoke, well, should I say commentators curse once again, or should I say that
Rana Salman responding to us saying that rightly made change. That would be the right statement. In fact, I think the bang on point from Rana Salman there. It fell down. You see, most of the majority of the weight of the ball fell down. You see, most of the majority of the weight of the body is carried by head, and look at the head tripping down. That's where he penetrates through.
Yes, that was beautifully bowled, and I think The batter tried to kind of, lean too much forward with his weight going in the front with his head, and probably should have stayed back. But I think the length was the key out here. He drew him forward, and I think that was a good innings there by Arjun. I believe he was the key for Nepal out there because he was playing the anchor's role, and that was a huge wicket given the situation.
And the pressure was piling up on Arjun Sod as well. Has faced maximum number of deliveries. At once we were seeing the score being at 240, 250. That was okay. Right now the score is downslided. From here, if things go down south, who's going to take on the charge for Nepal here? Because you haven't got balls, you haven't got wickets, and now Nepal is in turbulent times.
Agreed. I think this is a great comeback here by the Canadian team. In the last 5 to 6 overs, they've maintained that pressure, and they've also ensured that they keep taking on with the wickets. As we see Mohammad Arif Sheikh taking strike, tuck down the leg side towards deep square leg.
Brilliant striker of the ball. Very formalized playing T20. A different assignment for Arif Sheikh. Will play against a Canada high performance squad. Definitely the credit has to be going to the Board of Canada for organizing such tournaments and the pathways where you can build a team taking into consideration the focus of the cricket and the future of cricket, having such talent on your bench. And if it goes in an unresourceful way, if it's not utilized, the resources, then it's all futile.
I agree. As we see Rana coming in once again to beam Sharkey. Nicely played. I think this is a great line out here by Rana. Good testing times for the batters. Both batters relatively new at the crease. And this would be a period of consolidation for Nepal, given that they've lost 3 quick wickets after the start they got. And I think that is the key out here. 70-odd runs, the opening partnership, and now they're looking at 85 for 3 as we see an expansive drive played to mid-off.
It's just not boundaries. We'll take on, we'll augment. 5 on board. Beam Sharik and Mohammad Arif Sheikh.
Sukhjinder, once again from the northern end.
I'm surprised to see that it's just not boundaries which have dried up. It is also the singles haven't been coming in full flow. The batters have struggled, especially having areas open. They'll have to be inventive. They'll have to contrive the ball. It's not going to be a bat and ball play now, especially losing 3 wickets, 2 new batters. They cannot just get reluctant and comfortable at the back on the back foot.
Absolutely, and I think right now the situation of the game demands the batters to grind it out as well as look for those singles and rotate strike. It's good cricket all around here by Canada. They're trying to build that pressure. There's a noticeable change this over as well, where we see a short fine leg in place for the sweep. Oh, that's beautifully bowled by Sukhjinder Singh.
If he's bowling to bowl like that, I don't think so they require a fine leg too. Just bring on and attack the batter, give him one more slip, give him some more cushion so that Sukhjinder attacks. Look at the area, look at the drift and the sharp turn. He's spitting the venom.
I think probably to answer your question, Abdul, I think the sweep having protection as well as having attacking fielders in the slip is what he's looking at. But I agree. I think if he's going to bowl that line and he's going to bowl that length, probably, it might be suited to have one more man on the offside. If not a second slip, maybe someone closer to the bat to just put the doubt in the batter's mind. As we see Rana coming in from the pavilion end once again after a successful last over.
Clips off.
Played.
We'll continue that discussion about the fielder taken off. That would be something to scratch our head and think about the strategy from Canada high performance side. But Rana Salman has been impressive of his last over, getting Arjun Saud forward, penetrating through his bat and pad gap. Good one. Good carry and bounce to the wicket keeper. Back of the length from him.
Yeah, it's all about cat and mouse games, isn't it? With field placements. Sometimes you just put the fielder there, not to necessarily get a wicket from that fielder, but just to put that doubt in the batter's mind, to make the batter do something different and attempt a shot which, in all probability, he may not have played if the fielder wasn't there.
At times it plays as double bluff.
Absolutely.
The batter thinks that you're just setting him up, but at times that's what you're trying, and you've played your own self. There's no one to blame. So that clearly defines that. The viewers might think that Venu's telling this, Abdul's telling that, then how's the batter supposed to bat? The ideal batting style would be do not premeditate. If
Absolutely.
The bowler's still consistently bowling, is not taking the lesson, that's a good sign to premeditate. But premeditating and having a shot, especially if Rana Salman's bowling on the offside and you're already premeditated to take him on the leg side, which is not suiting, just like that.
And we see another wicket out here. Abdul, you were bang on target. You saw the batter trying to create a shot out of nowhere. It wasn't there for the pull, as we see the replay on screen.
Back of the length was nowhere he can try, especially hanging in tight with Rana Salman. Look at that bounce. Even the batter's surprised with it and gets on the splice. Rana Salman quick on his feet to grab one. Nothing better. You catch, you bowl. You're the master of your own art. Rana Salman gets 2 wickets.
This is great bowling out here by Canada. I think what we were seeing in the first 15 overs looks like a completely different game altogether now. Good comeback out here by Canada, and I think this is an outcome of consistently good bowling in the right areas as well as building pressure by not giving away easy runs. And that's what we have seen after the break. So whoever told them to do this, kudos to the coaching staff and kudos to the players in the middle to kind of comply with what they planned. This is great cricket to watch. They've already seen some exceptional cricket out here. First by Nepal in the first 15 overs where they played out some difficult overs and also played some attractive shots. And now by Canada, we're utilizing the conditions and the situation in the game to create pressure and get back into the game. Nepal reeling at 87 for 4 after being 70 odd for no loss.
Nepal will have to revert back to their original game plan. They cannot sustain in a way their innings is treading right now. With 4 wickets in the early successions, you've seen 1 wicket leads to another one. It was Irfan Sadat who held the flag of high performance side. And then it was the Rana Salman over. With 2 wickets, has picked the gap, nicely timed. It should be a sigh of relief for Nepal and the coach, thanks to Kushal Burtel.
Yeah, loose stuff out here. First delivery, a juicy half volley on leg stump. Any batsman or a batter would want that to kind of get off the mark.
Always a beautiful scene to watch, a batter clipping off his pads.
Once again. And this is where we were talking, Abdul, about a couple of overs ago, that if they're looking to attack the stumps, they need to have a shortish or a straightish mid-wicket in place, because that's where the ball has travelled both times. And if they have that fielder out here, I'm sure the batter would think twice before clipping. through the onside.
End of 25 overs. We are halfway through the first innings. 25 overs more.
Good cricket all around out here. We saw a wicket in the previous over and we saw a couple of interesting shots as well.
Getting
and as we
back,
see another change in bowling from the northern end, another left-arm spinner.
getting back to the discussion we having about Irfan Sadat that was never completed, but seeing this change has